Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm just going to show you what we did there over the last couple of weeks since I got out of the last video, and I'm going to be going down to my dad's yard there and cutting up timber that we took out of this yard. The bales are here, and remember I was saying we were going to dig out this yard where there were some trees here. And we just tidied a bit up there. We didn't get any video of that there was a few reasons, and probably will be explained later down the line. But in this yard here, like, apart from the bit of topsoil on it, it's pure stone. It's pure stone, and I'll show you out the back there where the big pile of stone we have there now. But I have uses for it where the ground we have, what we call the hill, there's a laneway up there and some of it's quite bad, so we need to do up that lane at some point. And down where I put the ditch, replace the ditch, I'll show you that. Look, I just tipped stuff up, I didn't tidy it up, didn't really have time, so we probably will tidy it up, make a ditch out of it, and make a gateway as well into the bog. But we had a 30 ton dump truck here, and it feckin' nearly rained all week, so it ploughed up the place. So we have to renew that laneway down there with that stone. But so we have a bigger yard here now. It's not finished by any means, but just a bit of work done on it. And there's still some timber to go down to my brother's yard. He cuts it up down there, and we split it and we put it in the shed down there. Like, there'll probably be 4 or 5 houses working out. Would like to be myself, my sister, my brother and my dad, and then some of my brother's in-laws work out of it. So this is just a pile of stone that we dug out of the yard. Like, it's perfect stone, so it's a little bit shaly, but it'll certainly do for around the farm, for jobs that we need. Like, look at the pile of it. This is the huge big pile of stone. You can see how high it is there. It's just older bales there that we had. Like, you can see the height of it. So, as I say, this will be used on a couple of roadways that we need to repair, really. And we drew some of the clay down there to the bog, and the stumps of the trees, we drew them down there, but like it made shit of the fields. Lucky enough I'll be ploughing them anyway, but the next video we're definitely going to have to get picking some of them stones where I level the ditch. I don't know whether you can see, you can't see, I drew some of the clay down there to put the ditch back. We could have drew more down there. I'll show it to you anyway, but it needs to be tidied up. We could have drew more down there, only the big dump truck was going to get stuck. It was leaving deep tracks. So when I had the digger, I just went down and I tidied it off. But there was really only field stones put on that roadway, and when I dug it down a bit to try tidy it up, we were down to clay. So we'll be putting some of this stone back. I suppose when I'm doing my accommodation, when I'm doing my new house, whenever that'll be, if I get planning, when I have a digger, we will tidy up all the bits and pieces. So yeah, my house is going on the market probably in April, and then hopefully it sells this summer, and then lads I owe money to, I'll probably be able to pay everybody then, get settled up with everybody. That is the plan. But meeting the architect next Wednesday to see about getting planning in. It's only a log cabin, a fairly, probably an advanced log cabin, you know what I mean. That's what I'm looking at. I know there's new laws has come in saying you don't need planning, but mine's, I think, bigger than the 40 square meters, so because I need room for the kids as well. So we'll just have to see what he says next week, but I think we'll be planning it. I'd rather go and do things right, and there's no comeback then. You have it, and like, I need somewhere to live. So that is the story. We're going down, as I say, to cut timber in my dad's yard or my brother's yard. Cut timber down there. There was quite a lot. There was like a good few trees here in that area for the yard. So we've a good big yard now, but like it was all dug down, and it was all that rough stone underneath. So we just tried to level off as best we could. It was quite hard. We didn't have a ripper or a breaker. We just got a bit of planings and put it over the top, so it has extended the yard by that much. Potentially later on, maybe I will be going from here back to that big tree and just out to the ditch then, and just leave the ditch. But like there's a lot of trees there we'll be leaving. There's just maybe we're leaving that big one, I think. But some of the risk is when I put the log cabin there, potentially if that blew down, would it blow down on top of it? Like it's a huge tree, it's there hundreds of years. I don't want to take it down. That's why we left it. But potentially I'll be digging this yard out further, just from here back to the big tree and just back to the ditch. There's probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those smaller trees to go. All the ones on the outside will be staying. And as I said, like I'll be planting hedging around that, and as I stated before in other videos, I will be planting back 100 trees around the farm to make up for the few we cut. I'm definitely planting them back. Maybe I'll do it through the acre scheme or one of the schemes where I plant trees. The only thing is, they want you doing it on good land, I think. Like I have a bit of wasteland there that I fenced off. I can put 20 trees there, another 20 where I'm putting the ditch. There's loads of options to throw in a few. So look, I'm going to throw in a few whether I go through a scheme or not, and I'll show you that in the videos. So yeah, actually there is a water pipe running across here. We had it coming to the sheds. There's actually a water pipe running across here. So what we did actually is we dug a track down here and we put a tap. Now it needs to be, we only just stuck it in so I can do my power washing here. I need to stick some tape on this so I can get that around properly. But yeah, we stuck a water pipe in there and stuck a tap there, so I can do all my power washing in the yard. I don't have to be doing it up at the house. Look, there was water. I knew where there was water pipes. We just hadn't got around to sticking in a tap. So that's that. I have all the gates and barriers up on Dundee, so if anyone's interested in them, as I said, people have been ringing. There's some lads to come today, I think, so they're all on the go as well and all for sale. So yeah, we've all this timber come down a few trees from up above my yard. So, and the only thing is, like, it spilled rain when we were doing it, so there's a bit of clay mixed in. It's not ideal, but we just sort of cut them into lengths to save time and bring them down here, and then we'll do all the work with them here. So I have the chaps the weekend. So we're busy Saturday. Senan has a football match and we're going to the cinema, and Sunday then I'm hoping to maybe bring down the log splitter and start splitting these, and the chaps can give us a hand. We'll bring down the loader. I get it on video. We'll bring down the loader, the telescopic loader, because we're stacking them in the shed up there, and it'll just help put them in on top, and then we'll use them, let them dry out for a year or so, and we'll use them then. So loads of timber, but as I said, there'd be probably 4 or 5 houses working out of it, so it wouldn't be long dwindling. But look, it's good to have it. It's good to have it. There's another few still to come down up there, as I said. So yeah, I'm going to spend the day at this and get some cut. And as I said, then yeah, we'll be splitting some probably on Sunday, and we'll get the chaps to give us a hand. Hello again, it's just a few days on. I'm just showing you there, this is where I leveled the ditches. Now look, it was only done roughly with a digger, but there's a lot of stones. I'm going to pick these stones off today before it's ploughed. But what I'll probably do then, as I say, we left loads of tracks there going down with the dump truck to bring some clay down to the bog there and dump clay and a few roots of trees and stuff like that. So I was actually thinking, now that it's dried out a little bit, like the week we had the digger and all here and the dump truck, it was the real wet week. It's a pity we didn't have it this week, but sure, look, that's when we had it. So going to put the chain harrow on the tractor maybe tomorrow. With a funeral tomorrow morning, so maybe tomorrow after lunch, if I get all these stones picked today. It's after lunch now, so if I get all the rest of these stones picked along both ditches, and then give it a run the chain harrow and maybe pick the stones again before I ring your man to come and plough it. I really wanted to get dung out on it before I ploughed it as well, but we'll have to see how things go with that. Just wanted to clean out the sheds here in the yard. There's a little bit of dung in it. So that was my plan. Probably be ploughing it probably near the end of March, I would say. I just got a price on the combi crop seed. It was, I think, 40% peas, 40% barley and 15% oats, or in and around that. And the oats couldn't be got organic, so I sent off a derogation this morning to get permission to use the non-organic oats. But that's what it'll be. But it was €1,600 for 1 tonne, and that's what I need, is a tonne to sow this roughly 10 acres. So that's just to give you an idea of what will be going into it. So I suppose I need to ring the contractor. I've no plough or anything like that, and get him here, sort of book him in for the end of March, and I suppose we'll be sowing at the middle of April. The thing with organics is, you see, you want to be sowing it when there's a bit of growth and not let the weeds up before the crop. Look at, as I've stated so many times before, that this will be trial and error with us. You know, I've never done it. So, but there's a good bit of work here. Getting these stones off and just leveling it. Yeah, running the chain harrow on it, and I'll be doing the same again next year, and hopefully that'll level it out. Then I'll be ploughing it and sowing it with the combi crop again. And like this ground, this 100 acres that I have here in this block, Jesus, I don't remember any of it being ploughed, or when I was very, very young, and like I'm 50 this year, so like by doing this combi crop first, or maybe sowing some oats and stuff like that, it's going to be a way of getting this block of land reseeded. You know, do the combi crop for a couple of years and then let it out in grass, reseed it, and that's going to be my plan on a reseeding program. I actually need to order lime as well, but I probably wouldn't be putting it out until I cut the haylage or silage, just for handiness sake. So yeah, there's about 200 tonne of lime has to go out this year, and the same next year after the soil samples. I could have stated that before in the video, I'm not sure. But look, I'll actually going to, now look, I'm not sponsored or anything for these, but they're just earmuffs with a radio on it. I just seen them online and I bought them, so it'll be handy. They'll just be handy for around picking the stones, because picking stones is the worst job on the farm. It is just a disaster of a job. So look, we're going to get started at it, and I don't even know where I'm going to dump them yet. In a pile somewhere, and maybe use them in a roadway. Good few big lads here. Yeah, I had only done sort of that area there, and I got a full bucket load. So yeah, look, it's going to be a slower process than I thought, and like even when I chain harrow it, there's going to be more stones come up. So I just need to get rid of that feeder and the bit of haylage that's in it. The horses went back down, but I'll just show you the tracks here that we made. like it spilled, it feckin' last rain here the week we were doing it. So if they dried out, if you let them dry out, it'd be a nightmare to plough, I'd say. So hopefully I can get the chain hard on it now before it rains again, and level it off a bit, get stones off. So that's sort of the plan. As I was saying, so I'm just dumping the stones where we dug the stone out of the yard. Just mix them through it. Maybe not these big lads, I don't know, we'll see. But that stone, as I was saying before, 2 roads to put it in. So we'll just see how things go. But yeah, we get back to these fucking stones. Just the next day again, where I had that funeral this morning. Neighbour got cancer. He's battling it probably about 5 years and passed away there last Saturday. So he was only 58. It's unbelievable, it's terrible. But anyway, we chain hard this. There's a shitload of stones still to come off it, but like these tracks, there were some tracks here that were 2 foot deep. So like it has just leveled it before the plough comes. And tomorrow I'll be back picking stones tomorrow. Like I picked stones all yesterday evening. Must have done 5 or 6 bucket loads there, and some of them were big ones. Like I didn't go a big distance, but I got a lot of stones. So we just need to do that. So we're out into this field now, and I've done, like look at the tracks there. I've done the ditch that I leveled over there. This is just the chain hard we have, and like all these tracks here, like it's still a bit wet. There was a few wet spots in that other field as well, but I just started this. I just had to go up to the house for a minute, so I had the camera in the other tractor anyway as well, so I just got it for this